Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the virtual ceremony happening for the Tagore Fest by Literoma. So as you all know that the Tagore Fest has multiple components, and here today we begin with Tagore Honor. And it's an honor for me to introduce you to the recipient of Tagore Honor Literoma 2024, one of the winners whom we have here, Mr. Srikar Chitta from Hyderabad, India. So welcome to this online segment, Srikar.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. So ladies and gentlemen, without taking the time away from Srikar, I'll rather request him to introduce himself. He is a very powerful writer. In the last few years, I feel so lucky to see him growing in the last 5 years or so. He has been a part of Literoma for the last 4 to 5 years, and it's really great seeing the kind of writing he's coming up with at his young age. So, congratulations, Srikar, on being one of the winners of Tagore Honor Literoma 2024. So, over to you for a quick introduction from your side.
Thank you, sir. My name is Srikar Chitta. I study in grade 9. I write poetry and prose, and I tend to write fiction mostly about complex social injustices and things which I don't feel are right. And I write non-fiction mostly about political aspects, and sometimes the articles get very controversial. I really like writing because it's a way of expressing my emotions and what I feel is wrong with parts of society. I feel there are so many social injustices, and I think I can try and right the wrongs of the past by writing.
So, Srikar, since you are already writing on multiple facets, which one is the most favorite for you?
Uh, Sir, it's obviously Literoma, sir.
No, obviously, I understand that. I'm saying from a writing standpoint, which genre do you like the most? What kind of writing do you enjoy the most?
Personally, I enjoy writing non-fiction and science fiction very much, sir. I also enjoy writing mystery stories and realistic fiction.
Great. Now, talking about science fiction and also non-fiction, I'm sure that since you are young at your age, and at this age, you are not only just writing but also reading a lot of styles. So, any particular author or any particular work that you find to be most appealing, whatever reading that you do?
I tend to read novels by George Orwell very much, and I also like reading some novels by Suzanne Collins when it comes to recent times. Personally, I like reading those novels because it shows how there's still some good left in society and not everything is very bad.
Great. That's a great choice of writers, I must say. And now, moving ahead, since you are at standard 9 now, and a lot of young students at times when I interact with them, they say that it becomes very difficult for them to take time out for passion. But what you are doing is extremely commendable. You are actually taking time out for your passion. And I think a lot of us ideally should do that. So, any advice that you want to give to your friends? So when I say advice, it's a friendly advice that you have for your friends, because a lot of young people say that they don't get the time. So how do you manage to balance that?
Uh, when it comes to passion, I tend to set out 1 hour every day. And before that 1 hour, I try to do all the important academic things.
Hmm.
And I tend to forego most entertainment and keep it on the weekends because according to me, I think passion is a lot more important than entertainment. So I first do the things which I have to do first, and then set up 1 or 2 hours at the end of each day to reserve for my passion.
It's a good way of doing it, Srikar. Very straightforward. So keep it up. Keep up the good work what you are doing. Now,
Thank you, sir.
one more question which I'll like to ask you. So you had also done audiobook, because audiobook is a very popular thing now. So I remember that you had been a
Yes,
part
sir.
of some of the audiobooks projects which Literoma did, and it was lovely actually listening to those experiences. So what do you feel about the audiobooks? Because they are also the upcoming thing now, not just the text format of reading, but also the audio form which everyone is consuming. What do you feel about the audiobooks? Do you consume audiobooks? Are you interested in doing more audiobooks? What is your take on that?
I do consume audiobooks, sir, but I also feel that audiobooks should not serve as a full replacement for written books. Audiobooks work very well, according to me, when it comes to people who are blind and people who have who are visually impaired. So that's why they are a force for good. But I also think that it should not serve as a full replacement for written textbooks.
Great. That's really good to know. So, fine. So I think we have covered most of the things that we wanted to cover. Just two more questions. One, do you
Yes.
like to highlight on some of the future writing plans that you have? We had read your work in Literoma magazines and Literoma compendiums, but any future project that you have in your mind?
Sir, for these 2 years, I think I want to focus more on short stories and article writing,
Hmm.
and I think I could maybe compile a book of short stories and articles put together. I want to go a lot more into the political and social aspect of things. Although my fear is that it will become very controversial and it won't be it won't be that good for me if I go down that path.
Hmm. But it's a good path to try out. Good that you are
It's a
thinking
good
it
path to
is
try
that
out,
way.
sir, but
Absolutely, absolutely. Great, Shrikar. So one final message I want to have from you for everyone who will be watching this video. What is one final message? What is one final thing that you want to say to everyone?
I am extremely grateful towards Literoma and I cannot express my gratitude in words. I think that uh, I think that writing will keep changing in the future, and I hope it changes for the better. I believe that writing is the best way to change social problems, passively change social problems. Because when you actively change social problems, you don't know where you'll end up. But when you passively change social problems, it will both work very nicely and it will also lead to change. It will also lead to a lot more change than if you do it actively. Because if you do it actively, there's a whole lot of fear. There's going to be fear mongering. There's going to be chaos. I would also like to say to many aspiring writers to keep writing, and nothing can change your dreams. Keep striving towards it. And again, I am deeply thankful towards Litorama, and I cannot express my gratitude in words.
Thank you, Srikar. Thank you so much for being here and for this lovely message. We'll like to have you in our future projects as well. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, that was Srikar Chitta, all the way from Hyderabad, India. And he is, as I mentioned already, is the winner of Literoma Tagore 2024. Thank you so much, Srikar.
Thank you, sir.